What's up guys, this is Voided Does Gaming, your channel for fresh Arena of Valor content, and today I want to talk about Quilllen again. He is a hero that has been featured on my channel quite often. I don't know if you guys need a kind of build or some guide or anything for him, but he just received a new skin with one of the 10 login day activities that Arena of Valor is using a lot. So the last one has been Gildur. There is a Gildur video upcoming after the next German video. That means in 4 days from now on. And today we're going to check out Quilllen with his new skin. It's a skin that I don't really need in Arena of Valor, as he has the Dystopian Enforcer already and the kind of Star Wars related one, so it wasn't something that I was eagerly waiting for, but we got it for free, and something which is free is always kind of okayish. So therefore I want to take a look at the build, at the skin, and we are going to have some gameplay. So it's the triple stuff that we're going to check out on my channel today. I think first of all we need to take a look at the build that I have been playing. And this build is going to answer a big question, because if you are taking a look at that build, you guys will see that 2 of these items have been nerfed. This is the Soulreaver on the left hand side of the screen and the Omni Arms on the right hand side of the screen. 2 items that were really strong in Arena of Valor, and they have been staple items in Quillen's build. The rest of the build is based on basically damage. You've got the Sanctity, you've got the Rank Breaker to shred through armor. Of course, we've got Blade of Eternity to have some kind of resurrection stuff going on, and we've got the Gilded Greaves to reduce the effects of crowd control, as we have in 90% of our builds at the moment in the game. Quillen is no exception here, and we have been looking at these items, and the gameplay is going to answer that question, because I don't want to take it forward. So you guys have to just see, this is the old build, and we're trying out the old build in today's Arena of Valor. And Arcana wise, it is basically the same that I've been playing for months. It is my so-called Crit Assassin build. We are basing the whole stuff about Atrocity, or around Atrocity, with the critical chance. My advice, if you've got enough pages to spare, would be build Rampage on him. Rampage is a bit better, but I don't have as many pages as I want to have. As you can see, I've got 52 vouchers, and I'm not willing to top up my vouchers just for the purpose to have Quillen with the Rampage. I guess you can go with Rampage on Wukong as well, and there is a third hero that is going to focus on Rampage, but basically 3 heroes, 1 page. It's not really something that I think is worth spending real money on. Therefore you guys have to check out the Atrocity build. We are having Gorilla in here, the movement speed and attack speed boost, and we're going with Skewer. You guys know that from my AD carry builds, and Quillen is the same cup of tea. Enchantment wise, I like my Quillen, who is really squishy, who's a super glass cannon. I like my Quillen to be a little bit more protected, therefore I'm using Sacred Protection. If you guys want to have the full damage potential, you might rather switch to, for example, Lockheim, and use, for example, Desperate Duel. You can also go with something else, but this is my build because I need the protection, because I think my Quillen is a little bit too squishy, and we're talking about his playstyle later on in the gameplay. The rest of the build is focused on basically pure damage. We've got Acts of Sacrifice as well as Holy Verdict, and we've got Raging Inferno. These are our damage sources, and we are complementing the build with I'm sorry, a really nice enhanced restore to be a little bit more effective on the battlefield without going to recall. So this is the build, and I think it's time for some gameplay. But beforehand, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and a like would always be appreciated. So if you like this kind of content, support me with comments, support me with likes, and spread the word that this channel is doing Arena of Valor on a regular basis. Tell all your friends and family about it. And now I've got some gameplay for you. welcome to Arena of Valor. I don't know if that sound is a little bit too loud, so I'm going to adjust it just a bit. Okay guys, what do we have? As Quilllen, we are always starting off with our first ability. It is your bread and butter, it is your main source of damage, and you should always try to stand behind the enemy if you are using any of Quillen's abilities, as you guys are going to get a backstrike bonus. As you can see, we are dealing crits with that. Good thing about Quillen, about the new Quillen, it's not really super new because they have changed it a couple of weeks ago. The good thing about the new updated Quillen is that the damage cap that is forced upon the jungle minions is not there anymore. It was 1,500 and we don't have that in the game anymore. So good for us, because now that means we can clear our jungle even faster if we are stacking up two lovely 2.5k crit amounts that we are going to reach during the late game stage of the game. Just having a glass of water, cup, whatever. So sometimes I do advise people to start an early gank if there is an opportunity. If I'm playing Quillen, I always want to have the moment of surprise, and I always want to have my ultimate up, because otherwise you are just limiting your your capabilities, your options. That's always pretty painful. First blood here for the Morin. Nicely played. I mean, yes, we were so many people there. If we would not have scored at least one kill, that would have been quite shameful. And because everything has been cleared right now, and I saw that the Emily was tackling Lubu above, I knew that this was the chance to go for the Abyssal Dragon. And that's something that you guys should always pay attention to. It's really important to know the flow of the game. And as you guys could see, it was the perfect moment because Emily has been spotted. She was killing Lubu, and therefore I knew that she would take more time and eventually go back into her jungle rotation. And that had happened as I have predicted. As I was talking about Quillen and his playstyle, I think that Quillen, he is an assassin, and as an assassin you should play him like one. So you should always be paying attention to the flow of the game in terms of, is your team about to engage things? And if so, are you guys going to be able to go in and kind of like occupy the enemies? Because that is the time when you want to go in and deal with them. That's the deal. That's the stuff that you want to have. You want to wait, and then you want to engage after the first encounter has already taken place, because that is going to be the moment when you are going to maximize your damage. You're not the one to lead that stuff, and I can tell from the games that I had on Quillen, and he's actually one of the junglers that I enjoyed playing a lot for some time. The worst games were the ones where I kind of led into the enemies and were going to deal the damage to them single-handed without any person kind of following me up and going in. So you should always be second to third line or second to third encounter. That is your main purpose. So because you don't have any armors, and if the enemies all have their ultimates still ready, especially if you've got some crowd control stuff that's going to deal damage in a certain place. Not the single target stuff that Emily has, for example, but something such as Natalia and things like that. You should always be that person to be a little bit more defensive, to have the patience and to wait for the best moment to strike, and that is always a little bit later. If you've got, for example, a Lubu and a Crash. Lubu is a really strong brawler. He's got quite some armor. He's got great engagement tools. He can just jump in and knock up the enemy multiple times. You've got Crash, who is a beast in ultimate form, and that is the perfect tool to engage and then go in and deal your damage after these guys have taken the battle into the opponents. That should be in mind when you play someone such as Quillen. Enzo is a perfect example for the same playstyle as well. The performance problems at the moment are pissing me off so much, and I don't know what had happened, because it was working fine for a couple of days and now it's going to be horrible, and I don't have any sort of thing that I can do about it. Maybe I should drop the frame rate in this. Let's try it out. I'm doing that meanwhile we are using the video. Maybe it's going to be a little bit faster. I don't know. If that had worked, no, it didn't. It didn't work. So, guys, I'm trying to fix it while I'm doing that, because I'm always doing these kind of. Oh no, it's already. I've already set it on FPS as high as possible. So I don't have a single clue why this has been taken place recently. So I'm going to ask someone. I'm going to put that video up, and unfortunately, as I have already recorded the next one, which is about, let me think about it, about L'Oreal. Oops, spoiler here. So the next one is going to be in German about L'Oreal, and we are going to face the same issues because I pre-produced it today. 27th of April is the time when I'm recording the Quillen video. So the Quillen video is going to be released in a couple of hours. And that should be a triple kill. Yeah, here we go. As I said, we're just taking the pieces that my team has already set up. Triple kill. Yeah, here we go. 4-1. Beautiful. I'm going to ask a friend of mine to help me with that kind of issue, because he's a little bit more into the Streamlabs stuff. If you guys have a clue why this is working, I'm using Streamlabs OBS and I'm using some kind of HDMI converter with my smartphone into my laptop. If you've got a clue, just put it down in the comments below. That it would be really, really helpful. I'm the content producer and I don't have a single clue on how to use my technology. That's brilliant. Classic. Okay. As you guys have seen right now in the video, that's the way to play Quillen. We have been waiting for the perfect moment. Now we've got some onslaught potential and we are unleashing the 5th kill in a row of many kills. So half of the kills that my team has been inflicting on the enemy is on Quillen's account right now. And we have just finished the second real item. Stacking up my jungle item went okay. I've got 18 stacks right now. Of course, you want to have as many stacks as possible. I don't even know what I was thinking here. That was crucial. That was crucial and it was stupid. And I had the idea that I might be getting out alive, but it didn't work out the way I wanted it to. And that is something that I can tell at this very point of the game. Going against Emily, toe on toe, in hindsight, even without Volcav being there, is not clever at all. You should always try to get them when they are running away. Look for targets who have kind of already lost some of their health. A full HP Emily is a nightmare because she is able to deal a lot of damage in a single blow. And she's kind of like, and yeah, I thought that my team was following up, but Crash decided to go back. Natalia decided to pull back and I was left alone and I didn't have the damage to kill Vera, because if that would have been the case, I would have been immediately gone back to ultimate state. That stance would have been ready and that would have led to the point where I could just jump into ultimate, be invisible for a short duration of time, and that would have been enough to kind of just stroll away through the jungle. But things like that do happen. The game isn't lost. We're doing good so far. We've got some towers. We've got Volcav here. Volcav is dead now. That's my kill. And now I'm going to kill Emily. No, I'm going to kill Vera. Unfortunately, I didn't do it. Nice flicker here. Really good. The Gilder was good anyways. The Gilda was good in the enemy team. Volcav is back. I don't know if he had the revive stuff going on, but this is kind of like a situation. I don't even know what I was doing here. Well, Lubu is one of those guys who is basically fighting one-on-ones for the third or second or fourth time. Again and again. He's always losing. Again and again and again and again. And he's like, fuck you, noob. And I'm like, no, you are the noob, because you still are looking for the same fight and Emily has some kills. 4 kills, Emily, 4 kills. You don't want to fight her. Not one-on-one. I mean, yes, Lubu is strong. But the problem is that Lubu can't deal with her if she has a couple of kills. He's like, bye, noob. The only thing that people, if they are going mental on the internet, can write is noob or dog. Those are the only 2 items that they have in their arsenal. And I wonder, why is this the case? I don't even know about that. This is so strange. It's really, really strange. By dog. What is that supposed to mean? Like, I've got a dog. It's a really nice person. So what is this all about? By noob. By dog. I haven't found an explanation for that. It's really, really strange. So now we've got a Brunhilde here. Unfortunately, she had to die. And I was like, oh, well, she's still here. Thank you for the double kill. And now we're going and try to kill Volcav with a little bit of a time lapse here. It looked really, really strange. And now we've got the triple kill. And the only thing that we can do right now, the only purpose that we have right now, is to get to the core. And this is the moment where you need to boost your turbo and go straight for the finish. There's nothing else that you should do. I don't even know why I got for the Vision Bird. I've got only 19 stacks, but that is completely unnecessary. We need to finish it off right now. And we did it. We won the game. Bye-bye, says Crash with one of his emotes. And I think this is proof that Quillen in the right hands against the right team with the right team can still work fine. Good Crash thing here. I think he was legendary state or something. So that's completely fine. Natalia was good. And the other people were kind of meh, and therefore I don't give them a thumbs up. So 9.9, I was fine with that. 30.4 damage inflicted. I took quite a beating here, but I've got the biggest fight participation points here, and that is always something that I look upon or look onto. I don't even know. Well, if you guys enjoyed this kind of content, as I already said, your subscription is something that helps me a lot, and now I can only wish you a pleasant evening. Stay tuned. 2 days. L'Oreal. Bye bye.